of the day, or what? The hop of the year? Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Let me get out here to my chat stream and welcome folks in. It has been a day, hasn't it? It's been a day. Got an ad. Hi, Beth Schuler. Beth says, here we come. Beth, I think you're going to like next month's theme. I think you are. Hi, Allie K. Welcome, welcome. Well, while folks are coming in, I'll go through my dolls. This is a little Santos doll that I made in February, inspired by Rosemary Morris. You're going to be hearing more about her tonight. And this another Santos doll that I used typewriter keys. I got ads here on my... I used typewriter keys off of an old typewriter, not the keys, but the little letter portion there where, I don't know what you call that. It's the little metal portion that types the letter on the paper. It's not the key is down on the keyboard, but anyway, I made a Penelope Santos doll. I forgot about showing these. And this is my 1950 Santos doll. It's got a record player and a tube of lipstick and a pink poodle dog. She's got a bejeweled hairband in her hair. Those were fun to make. Rosemary inspired. I would have never made those dolls if it wouldn't have been for Rosemary. Hi, Janet. Welcome, Janet. Hi, Sharon Lombard. Welcome, welcome. And, of course, Sharon, bless her heart, Sharon sent me this doll. It's a felted doll, and she's just, I tell you, she could be a professional felter. Doll maker. This is just beautiful. I keep it away from my work table here because I don't want to get it messed up. And then she sent me a little bead doll that it was a kit that I needed to put together. So I keep those together, and I gave her some hat pins. But she lives over here where it's safe. It's not safe on this desk. And I've been making, well, of course, here's my number one doll, is Penelope. She's been my studio mascot for years, and as long as she's around, she'll be my mascot. So she's here. And then I made this little rag doll inspired by Lori Paint Girly. Yeah. I kind of drew her face on there too. And you know, there's this dark blue material is underneath of this white hanky. And so she gets kind of a blue-blooded sheen to her face. But I like her anyway. I like her. She turned out really good. She's a little rag doll. Lori did a really great job on her. Let me put her back over here where I keep her. Whoops, hold on. She's gonna fly away if I don't put her right. Come on. Don't give me trouble now. There she is, sitting on her throne. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Kathleen Kelly. Hi, Brenda D. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Arlene. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Did I get everybody welcomed? Welcome, welcome. And well, now here's Herschel. We got to show you Herschel. This is Herschel. I call him Herschel because that was the name of our... Oh, what happened to his hose? Oh, no, it broke off. Oh, no, Beth, I'm going to have to make him another hose. I made this out of felt, but since I got that felt, Karen Lombard, who's that? Karen, is it Farmington? Oh, Darla. Excuse me, Darla? Who sent me this? Oh, it's been a long day. I think it was Darla sent me this. Yeah, sent me this red t-shirt. I'm sorry, Darla. It's been a long day. And I think this will make a much better hose. And I'll see if I can find the little paintbrush ferrule. It's around here. But this little red felt piece was not a good hose. This will be much better. And I have enough red felt left that we can give him another windshield wiper rag. You know, because all servicemen wash your windshields, right? And then when I was a kid, our small town serviceman, gas serviceman, come out and fill the tank of gas for my mom. Well, we would be in the car, you know, we were like 4 and 5 years old. He'd always bring us ice cream cones. And so he's holding ice cream for us. But I broke the, I don't know what happened to his hose. But Beth Schuler had a brainstorm. It was really a good one, except it was poorly executed by Mary, of taking the ferrule off of a paintbrush, and this is not a good example of one, but and using it as a, I need to put that in water, as a nozzle for the hose. So I got lots to do on my dolls. I've been making little dodie dolls. I had to laugh at Ann. Ann says, "Don't say dodie doll to Mary. She's been making them all day. She's tired of dodie dolls." But what I want to do is make a dodie doll for everyone that contributed to our pre-processed videos and in our playlist. And these will go to streamers. I have 3 of them, smaller ones, all made here. I'll just show them to you. This one, yeah, and this one. Now I've noticed when I draw the string around their neck, it does interesting things to the printed fabric here, because it puts a mark on his face, and I'm going, where did that black mark come on his face? And it's not a black mark, it's a shadow, for the fabric is folded in from the being gathered tight. So he doesn't have a black mark if you hold him right. It's just shadow. And then this lady, and I got one here that needs arms, and one here that's holding this lady's arms. I don't have them sewed on. So I need 6. I got 5 of them almost all sewn together, and I have 2 that are not sewn together yet. So, and then I've got some extras that I made experimenting. These I'm just going to keep, these 2. And this one this morning, we took her face off of her because it's too big. I need to give her a new face. So I'll be working on these this weekend. And then I got this little devil doll. This is going to be a devil doll. This is, Darla sent me some red knit t-shirt fabric. And I made him a tail, and Anne said, put a heart on there and point the end of the heart up. And so it'll look like the, you know, the devil's tail here. And he's going to have arms. I'm going to give him arms and make them in the same manner. And he's going to have horns. And I was saying in chat today, how am I going to make his horns? Because I can't make little hearts for the horns, you know. That's just too small for me to make. And then he said, oh, just dip him in gold paint. And now they're telling me this little devil needs a halo. So he's going to get a halo. But he's not done yet either. Mary gets inspired, and here she goes. We did a doll prompt earlier on. We did a doll prompt where I made prompt cards. We played a prompt game, and I actually made the prompt cards. And so there those are. And then I made a little playing card bobblehead doll. And it will actually stand up like that. It will actually stand. And it's just 2 cards that are taped together at the top. And I wrapped some beading wire around the pencil. And this bobbles. It bobbles. And I used Tim Holtz photos for the heads here. So this was fun to do. I'd like to make some more bobblehead dolls. So let me get these off my desk so that I can clear my work area, because we are going to do something tonight. I'll come out here and chat in a minute. Let me get these off my desk. I need a little bucket here to put these in. I keep buying these little organizer buckets, and they get stacked up just like all my other stuff. I'm painting some envelopes. I started painting these today in Kathy Berg's slot. So I need to, I prepped some more. I'm going to get these done this weekend, because I actually want to send these out. These are going to go out. These are not going to sit around here for 2 years. So let me move my Santos dolls. I'm going to move over here. I'll put them back. I got a shelf that I keep my Santos dolls on. All right, so that brings us to an empty desk. So what are you going to do tonight, Mary? Well, you know, I should work on what I have started, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to start another doll because it's in my head. It's in my head and I want to get it done. But before no, I'm not going to do those right now. I'm just going to get this out and lay it here. I want to come out and welcome people into chat. Hi, Beth Schuler, Arlene, Allie Kay. Thank you guys for dropping links, Janet. And Arlene is here. She says, Lori, a bit better after a short nap. Hi, Brenda D. Vanessa's here. Hi, Lori Paint Girly. Welcome, 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 welcome. Samantha Owens. Hi, Samantha. Glad to have you join us. Sharon Lombard is here. Did I catch everybody else? Janet, Vanessa. I think I caught everybody else coming in here. Violet, there's Violet. Hi, Violet. Beth Schuler. Yes, haven't the videos been awesome today? Haven't they been awesome? I should review those. Let's go do a quick review. Started off the morning with Janet Nash and her little hedgehog over there in the UK. And all the videos are in the August playlist on my stream. Aunt Beck. And I think this is a good idea. And if you're one of the streamers listening here, if you want to start a, you know, like Aunt Beck did 5 pre-processed videos plus her little doll that she did tonight. She's getting to the end of it. But she's got her own playlist of her own videos on her channel. And, you know, you guys go do that. If you have 3 or 4 videos where you're doing dolls or whatever you're doing with time for art, I don't mind that at all, you know, because it all links back to your channel anyway. And, you know, the more that you can do that and get views on your channel, the better it's going to be for you. But Aunt Beck did this really sweet little chick, and I admire it because she pulled it from a 2-dimensional photo and she made a 3-dimensional doll out of it. And I just, you know, that takes some talent to look at something in 2D, in 2 dimensions, and create it in 3D. Very good. Tanya McGuire was on with paper dolls, and Tanya does the most awesome doodling I've ever seen. You know, and so I think she was using a Magnolia magazine to pull her paper dolls out of, and she gave him this, I think it was Joanna Gaines. She gave her a coat of many colors, and then she doodled on it. Beautiful. Gave her a beautiful hat. Vanessa came on with a handkerchief doll. Thank you, Vanessa, for doing that. Vanessa, I had to come on after Vanessa kind of unexpectedly. So I did not get to see Vanessa's video in its entirety, but I'll go back and watch Vanessa. You know, just like with Gigi now, you know, about 10 or 15 minutes before we go on, we need to come in, and I have to hook up my phone, turn on the lights, and get things on my desk that I'm going to talk about. So it takes a little bit of setup. So then this evening, oh, Carol McDonald came on, and oh my goodness, she was felting silk. She was felting silk. And her little doggies were barking in the background, and she kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And Carol, we didn't care. We didn't care. If the dogs were barking. We were so interested in your felted silk. You did an awesome job, Carol. We loved your dolls. And Deb Farrell came on after Carol. She did a wonderful, wonderful steampunk doll. It's kind of in progress. She says she's going to finish it up with some post-process videos, which I think is a really good idea because maybe I need to do some post-process videos. And then she was showing us how to sculpt a soft body head. And she was showing us how to take a doll needle through, and I think she said she used pantyhose for, you know, to hold, and I don't know if I missed what she used. I'm going to say fiberfill, but I could be wrong there of what she used for the interior of the head. But she showed us how to sculpt that little doll's cheeks and nose and mouth using a needle and thread. Very, very interesting. Deb has an awful lot of talent. Loved it, Deb. And then Lori came on. Lori came on and was showing these, oh, she did this. Becky, I can't remember if Becky's in here. Becky said it's so weird. It's fabulous or something like that. Lori reviewed the dolls that she made. She's made a rag doll and she's made some painted fabric dolls. But she was making this doll tonight. Was a cone head doll. It was really an interesting doll, and she did a fabulous job painting that face. And it's just the cutest doll. She took this really interesting, and not to be derogatory, it was a really interesting shape of a doll with a big cone head, and she took that doll and turned it into something really cute. It was just cute. In the end, she tied a bow on the head, and the doll's eyes were looking up at the bow, and just really cute. Cute, cute, cute doll. Lori loved it. Beth Schuler came on and blew us all away with her doll stash. And I mean a doll stash. Beth Schuler has dolls, dolls, dolls. And she was showing us all of her paper dolls and how she was keeping them in I think it was a book, wasn't it, Beth? Or did you convert a box? I missed that part. But Beth comes on right at my supper time. So I'm being rude to my brother, but I did take my phone and watch Beth at the supper table tonight. I didn't get to chat as much as I would have. I tried, but, you know, we had corn on the cob tonight. I was eating corn on the cob and watching Beth Schuler go through all of her wonderful, wonderful dolls. Beth, you did a really great job. And then Ann Lar came on. And Laura came on with her Frankenstein doll, and she tossed it. I'm going, don't. You need to put some goodies on the Frank. She tossed it to her cats. She said the cats probably won't even touch it. But then Anne was showing us how she's going to do a paper doll book. And she was showing us the paper dolls that she was making, and did a really great job. And then Becky came on, bless Becky's heart. Becky came in with her three-dimensional little birdie that she's converted from 2D to 3D. Excellent job. Excellent, excellent. She was making tonight she was embellishing a red, I want to call it a cape. It may not be a cape, but it looks like, right now it looks like a cape. But this afternoon in our crafting chat, in Phibbsville Friends, we have a Friday crafting chat, and Beth was making, or Becky, did I say Beth? I didn't mean Beth. Becky makes made these cute little bloomers, just darling little bloomers for that chick. It was so cute. I don't know if you showed the bloomers too much on your stream, Becky. You're going to have to show those bloomers more. And then Mrs. Gigi came on right prior to me, and she was making, what I got to see of Mrs. Gigi that I found really interesting was that she was using floral tape to wrap the armatures for the arms and legs of the dolls that she was making. And I do have to go back and watch the rest of Mrs. Gigi. But I had to get things ready for here. So that brings us up to me. And Erin cannot be here tonight. So last minute schedule change. I'm filling in for Erin tonight. And you know, I don't mind it. Even at the last minute, I kind of get notification. Now, Kathy Berg, I think told me weeks ago, and I forgot about it. So, but, you know, Erin didn't tell me till, well, what was it? It was in one of the chats. And I really don't mind that if you tell me ahead of time. We do have to adjust the schedule. But if any of you who are streaming, just say you don't feel, you're just not feeling it tonight. Let me know. Because these chats are not we're not bringing in any money. And they're for fun. And if you're not having fun, we're not having fun. So I'm talking to the streamers, and even for the mods. The mods do a bang-up job. Who was it? Deb Farrell needed some mods. And both the Janets, and Becky stood up too, to volunteer to mod, and they helped Deb figure out how to assign them as mods. And they're throwing links at us. They, you know, they make sure that we know who's going on next or what's happening. And when I get things wrong, they tell me. I don't necessarily see it right away, but our mods do an excellent job, and we just don't thank them enough. You know, we don't thank them enough. They don't get paid. You know, they do this on a volunteer basis, and they help us out so much. They deserve more. But I want to talk directly to the streamers that if you're not feeling like you can stream that night, or if something comes up in your, you know, like Shelly has, her life is just full to the over brimming full, and you know, she needs a break. And I understand that. You know, these are for fun. And if you're not having fun, we're not having fun. If Mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. So, here we are, tonight's stream. And you know what? My desk is nice and painty and kind of, I'm wanting to wipe it off with an alcohol wipe, but I think I'll just get out a piece of paper, a piece of watercolor paper here on the base, because I'm not going to paint. But I drew that one face on that one doll on white felt, and I think it picked up some of the desk dirt here. Hate to call it dirt. I don't know what to call it. It picked up some of the color off of the blue color off of the desk. So I'm going to get this white paper out, because what I've talked about before, and some of you have heard me say this. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Melissa. Welcome, Melissa. And Angie, and Riri, and there's Aunt Beck. Did I miss anybody saying hello to? Brenda D, Riri, Darla. There's Darla K. Darla, I apologize for, who did I call you now? I forgot. I didn't get your name right. But I apologize. It's been a long day. Some of you have heard me say that I want to make some Kaboodle dolls. Now, if you don't know about the Kaboodle kits, Rosemary Morris does Kaboodle kits, and I've been buying, and she does them every month, and they're journal kits. I think they are all journal kits. She works, if it's not a journal kit, she works a journal in with it in some form or fashion. It might be a little mini journal, like with those Santos dolls. Sometimes she makes folder journals. She's made a travel journal. So she makes all these fabulous kits and sells them every month. And she just blows my mind how she does that. Blows my mind. And I was thinking it would be fun to make Kaboodle dolls. And she calls them Kaboodles because of Kitten Kaboodle. And now I don't think all of this fabric is, some of it I think is from Rosemary, but Annie D sent me some fabric that looks very Indian to me. Indian from India. And this, Becky might recognize this. This is Love Beads from Becky. What did we do that week that we did? Becky did Love Beads. I can't remember the theme. And she sent these to me. And I thought they'll be perfect for my Kaboodle doll. Now, is she going to be a dodie doll? Because that's what I've been making. She'll be similar to a dodie doll, but I think I want to make her more round, like Penelope, more of a round base. So I might need another fabric. I might be able to combine a couple fabrics here. But how do you choose? How do you choose what to use? Now, the other thing I could do, which might be interesting, is do me a Kaboodle doll journal and make them all flat. And I think that might be a better choice, because then I won't have to choose. Well, I might have to choose a few, but I'll have more, and I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours making, she'll be kind of like a paper doll, sort of, only all decorated up India style, not American Indian, India from India. So I think I have enough here, and I did pull out my, let's see what I have here, my blings and stuff like this, and for because they wear a lot of beads and trims. Look at this. Both of these could be used. And look at this. Oh, I think these are too wide though. I think these are too big. But let me start another project. That's a dream catcher from American Indian. But I'll bet you I have some stuff in here that could be used on a Kaboodle India doll. Let me go down to the bottom of the chat. See if I can't follow you guys a little bit easier. Link to Rosemary. Thank you. Thank you, Janet. A kindly reminder. Thank you, Janet. And do that for all the streamers. When you go back and watch the replays, give them a thumbs up. I'm looking for stuff that I could... A lot of this stuff is too big, but I'll bet you I got something in here that can be used. There's a love. They wore a lot of beading, like headband type stuff. And the advantage of pulling it out of this bucket is I do have them in little, I might be able to use that, in little baggies. I went through and pulled all this stuff out of baggies one day and put them in baggies. So I can just kind of thumb through this, see what, that's a stone. Oh, something like this even. These are beads, but they're very colorful. Must have got those at Hobby Lobby. I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, and I was very disappointed. I didn't see much on sale. I didn't spend, that might work. I didn't spend very much money, I have to say. But after you pay the dentist, you don't feel like spending much money. This is interesting. Those are shells, though. And that's just a stamp. Well, I surely have something in here. What's this? No. Come on, Mary. Dig through this. Find some things to use. There might be some things in here. We'll keep that one out. I'm thirsty. Oh, here's that might be able to, a chili. I don't know how late I'm going to be on tonight because it has been a full day. I've been going since, 5 o'clock this morning, and going pretty consistently. We did relax a little in the chat room, but I was still sewing dolls. So I may not be on too late. We started later tonight. It wasn't like I started at 6:30 or 7:30. But I don't know how much I can last, to tell you the truth. I don't know if I can last. Oh, here, this would work. Sometimes you just got to keep digging. Got to keep digging. That might be able to work because that's got the little flat, round. Some of these might work down at the bottom. And this was a metal bracelet. That looks very India from India to me, and I think I can bend that. And I think this was broken. That's why it's on sale. So I hope to just do a quick little flat doll. And I might put a bobby pin on the back of her. Some beads in there. I don't know if I can do anything with them. Beads. I'm going to finish going through here pretty fast. There's some turquoise. I'll keep that out. These I think are too big. If I put them in a journal, I want something relatively flat. Might be able to find something in there, I'm not sure. chains, hearts. This is a leather piece. What is on the end of it here? Just looks like it might have had something on there. So, Kaboodle dolls will be fun, and I don't know if I can work retroactively. I can't even keep up with Rosemary. I tell you, I cannot keep up with Rosemary. She was on again. Was she on tonight or this afternoon? I saw her, or was it last night? I was too tired. I think she was on last night. I was just too tired. I tell you, I think the heat for me makes me tired. That when it's so hot out, I don't feel like doing anything. I think I'm at the bottom of the barrel here. What are these? I think those are just little clasps. They might come in handy. What are these? I'll keep them out. All right, everything else is going back in. I have to go through. I haven't been through this in a long time. I buy these things, especially at Hobby Lobby. When I see sales, I'll pick them up. And the clerks will say, what are you going to use that for? And I'm going, oh, I'll make something out of it. I don't know what, but the material, I bought some MAP, MAP, MAP fabric at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale for like 30% off. And it was on sale, but there was just a little left on the barrel. And, well, was that the, no, I think this had some, there was, what had happened was I asked for a yard. And she went to cut me a yard, and she made a slice into it. And, oops, I didn't want to put that in there. She realized then that there was more. I put too much in here. She realized that, I'm going to keep that out. Do I want to keep that out? I'll keep that out. Anyway, I think I got 1 1/4 yards because she made a cut into it. And so she just gave me, somebody had already cut the fabric, and she didn't know that. And she said, oh, you can just have it. And I said, oh, thank you. All right, I kept these out. I probably won't use all of these. I probably won't use the shells. I might use those. I can't figure this out. Is that a chain? No, I don't think I'll use that. These are the, I'll keep those out. These are just some black beads. I'd have to string them. These, I might use those. These are the little sequence things I think I'll use. These I was going to look through. I think this would be perfect for, and Becky's, I'm going to use Becky's love beads on this doll, I think. And I can't decide. I think I want her in a journal, but she's going to be kind of bulky if I go using all this stuff. All right, let's just push it all over to the side. And I need a base. So let's see, how am I going to do it? I really need another piece of fabric here. Ooh, this speaks to me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I went through all my beads. Oh, look at that big old earring. That's cute. That looks Indian to me. I'm going to reach over here and pull out some fabric, some base fabric. I think I know what I'm going for, but here we go. This is my bag that I had in by my chair while I was making those Santos dolls. Or while I was making the dodie dolls. See, some of this could be used on that doll. But what I want, I think is this. Because this will be a nice inner base. All right, let's put this back for now. And we'll even put these back for now. Because this will come later. I'll keep them near me. Will I get this doll done tonight? I don't know. You know, it would be kind of nice to make a, instead of a journal, well, maybe I could make a journal doll and a, you know how I was going to make that beanbag doll? See, I hate covering that up. It's so neat on both sides. I just can't, my heart just doesn't want me to do it. I really wish I could open this up and slip paper in there. I could almost, I can't do this. My heart won't let me fold it in half because I love both sides. How do you choose? How do you choose? Now, if I made a rice beanbag doll, I mean, it's a, I was showing those in that art journaling magazine. I was going to make a man one. Was going to is the operative phrase. But I would like to have her have a little bit of a shape. And I think I got these fabrics either from Annie V or Rosemary and or both. You know, this could be a bodice. I'll put something behind that that's, it's just too cool of fabric to hide. It's too cool of fabric to hide. Look, this has a natural V in there. So if I made a bodice out of that, drew it in a little, but we need a, you know, we need a paper doll that looks like a Indian lady, and I don't think that there's any paper dolls that look like Indian ladies. I don't know, did they at any time, these are more vintage, American vintage. I don't think I can get away with any of those. The Indian paper dolls, I mean the ladies, they have dark hair, and sometimes it's long, and they kind of have it parted, and they have that headband with the jewel on their forehead. So I do like the idea. Now see, I'm thinking here, what did I throw that green? Okay, I had green. I tossed it aside. Where did I put it? Mary, Mary, Mary. I put it up here with the paper dolls. If I do think I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to have to cut it. It even has a back, though. It has a back to it. So if I cut it, I'm thinking about the size of the doll. And it's going to be a pretty roughly made doll. It isn't going to be anything with a lot of fine stitching. And I think I'll have to use either this or this for the skirt part. I think I'll use this, and I think I go for this more than I go for the inside. And I kind of like that diamond shape there. So if I did the V, something like that. Now she'll need some trim. So we want to kind of cut this here and have a head. Now how big is her head? Let's cut this first. Let me get out the scissors. So I want to welcome everybody in to chat. I want to look at chat a little bit more and look at this beautiful. I think I got this ribbon from, I want to say I got it from Becky in one of her Happy Mails. I think she had a longer piece of this, but ooh, this goes. All right, and then of course, you know, I have this, and I don't have to use it all. I like this part right here, which would make a really nice belt. We'll have to think about that. All right, let's look at chat. Let me have a sip of tea. Do you think I can actually do this tonight? Let me set a time limit. It is 9:30. I won't want to go any later than 11 o'clock tonight. Because that's late enough. That's 12 o'clock Eastern. And I'm saying 11. I would say 10, but it's 9:30 now. So I'm going to give myself another half an hour. Well, it's not quite 9:30, but I'm going to give myself another hour and a half to work on this. And I've got to set a limit on some of my streams because it's wearing me out. All right. Becky is laughing. Hi, Tim. Tim is Designs by CAD Pro. Tim, was your birthday last Saturday? I wanted to leave a message on your page, but I couldn't. And if I would have thought, I would have left it in our group. Tim is one of our fourth Saturday hoppers, video hops. And he does an excellent job. And that will be coming up in another, not next week, I think it's the week after next. And our theme for that is architecture. So that's going to be fun. Tim says he has to get up early for a flea market, so he's going to go. Okay. Enjoy the flea market, Tim. Don't spend all your money. It was last Friday. Well, a late happy birthday to you, Tim. Angie says, Mary, I told you one night that if you need to rest more, you are not a young chick. I'm learning that I'm not a young chick, Angie. I know I'm not a young chick. I don't want to lose all my teeth either. I don't want to be a toothless old lady. I keep telling my dentist, I don't want to be a toothless old lady. I don't think he understands. All right, Stephanie is here. Stephanie's Crafting Adventures. Hi, Stephanie. Angie gives me a heart. Cheryl said happy belated birthday to Tim. Tim's getting ready to go to a flea market. I'll tell you, I have to stay home. I went to Keisha's Marketplace. That's where all my... Well, I did last week. I had to go to the dentist, so I went to Hobby Lobby, but I honestly didn't buy that much. But I did go to the thrift store, too. And I got all those patterns for $0.25 a piece. So that was fun. Let's see. Who else am I not welcoming in here? Stephanie, Angie, Tim, Aunt Beck, Cheryl, Beth Schuler, Arlene. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Violet, I remember during a gel plate session, Mary boxed herself in, and she was laughing. I asked her to make a sketch for us. Oh dear. I'm almost boxed in. I was boxed in by I was painting. I was gel plating, and of course I don't have a table or anything, so I spread newspaper out on the floor. And so my whole floor was covered with newspaper with gel prints on it. Janet, you remembered that. Violet says, there are times when I wish there were cameras in Mary's rooms that show her stuff from all angles, so we can see her tabletop behind her to her side. Oh, you know, I'm threatening, once again, my poor brother, I'm threatening to pull all this stuff out into the dining room again. Because, you know, I have 21 boxes boxed up. And I have it listed what's in each box. But now the boxes are all stacked up behind me, and I can't get to my bookcase. I wanted to show tonight with my Santos dolls. I made a Frida Santos doll. You know, I made one that Rosemary sent in her kit, but I got it on the top shelf because it's kind of tall and I don't want it to get mangled, so I put it up on the top shelf. But because all of those boxes are in front of the bookshelf, I can't get through it. And that really is beginning to frustrate me. So my poor brother, I hope he goes fishing again. I hope he goes fishing again, so then I take a day when he's not around. But now I'm nagging him because I want to get the kitchen redone. And we just had roofers on our house here recently. We had a hailstorm. I'm not sure when it happened, but it did damage to the houses around here. And there's one very aggressive builder roofer who's gone around all around town, and he does a good job. I'm not complaining about his work or their work, but he's hit all of us. and my brother, you know, we have insurance, or my brother has insurance, and so he let the roofer do the job, but as a result of some of his insurance money, they paid it out, but there's another amount of money that's still coming to my brother that I don't know if my brother paid it and they're paying him back. I don't know how that works. It's beyond me because I don't get in all the details. But I'm nagging him to take some of that money and hire somebody to come in and put a new floor on our kitchen. And I really think we could paint it ourselves because there's really not that much wall space in there. But he would probably want to get somebody to paint it and get it all done. And I nagged him again today about it. I said, I'll help pay for it. So I've been nagging him to do that. So nagging him about pulling stuff out in the living room is a whole nother story. You know, would this look pretty if I made this sleeveless and used a sheer hanky? A handkerchief, a sheer one for the sleeves. And I think they have a scarf, don't they? The Indian ladies wear a scarf. Violet, let's see. Violet, I'm not going to talk about my stash. It's all over the place. This is where Tim came in. Mariana is here. Hi, Mariana. I sure hope is it Maria Anna? Mariana? I want to call you Mariana. M-A-R-I-A-N-A. Mariana. It's a pretty name. Tim came in. There's Darla Kay. She says, yes, Mary. Rosemary is on tonight, too. Oh, okay, Rosemary. She's probably working on her India. She's doing the caboodle for August is on the Silk Road. And she's going to do, the way I understand it, is that she's going to do several Silk Road videos, or caboodles, which would be videos. But she's starting out in India. The Silk Road was a trade route in the Far East. I think it went to Africa too, and India, and did it go through Pakistan and China? And I'm not sure how far in the Far East it went. But it covered several of those countries. And, of course, Rosemary likes a lot of this Indian fabrics and things like that. She's really got us into it. I think this is going to make a wonderful caboodle doll. I almost wish that I could stitch it up here on the sides for her arms. Just kind of stitch it right in there, cut it. I'd have to cut it at an angle and put a stitch on each side. I'd have to make this a little bit thinner. Of course, she doesn't have to be so big anyway. She could be thinner, like a third of this fabric, because they're little ladies. They're not big. And then this could come this way, and I could put slits here and bring this fabric. This is the back. Here, bring it in here. I'm dreaming here. Bring it in here like this, and almost make kind of like a cape like out of it. And I could even have this kind of notched up over her shoulder where I wouldn't, or I could cut it off there. I don't think I want to cut it off. I think I'll just kind of notch it there. Because it's just a doll. It's an art doll. I do like that. And I don't even really have to, I don't have to really do anything to this other than just maybe stitch it together there. And just set it in here. I might want to put something in there at the top. Something something stronger. These are canvas sheets, but I think I'm going to use them. Let's just cut a piece, a strip, a 2-inch strip here. I was reading chat. See, I get these little rabbit trails. A lot of bits and bops, they're saying. Angie came in. Riri says, a blast from the past. I love the love beads. Yeah, these are love beads that Aunt Beck sent me. But don't you think they'll go good on this? I mean, I just, you know, knowing that they're love beads is more the American flower girl hippie style, but I know Indians love a lot of beading. And I think this will go perfect on here. I think I've said hello to everybody. Color with Melissa is here. Mary Lou is here. Aunt Becca says she's going to watch only. She's tired tonight. Boy, Becky, I understand. Thank you, Janet. She said I was filling in for Aaron. And she dropped the link to my playlist. All right, let's go down to the bottom of chat and catch up. Arlene says, Mary, are you going to create a display for all your dolls? That, you mean for the dolls that I just showed at the beginning? I should somehow. I'm thinking over here in the corner, over that way, I had purchased some of those plastic, I guess you can call them, strong plastic 3-drawer affairs, you know, the storage things that have the drawers that pull out. And the little black one I knew wasn't going to be too strong, so I don't put a lot in it. But the other one that I bought is probably about 2.5 feet wide, and it looked stronger than what it is, because I'll never buy these again to store my stuff in, because the drawers sag. You get so much in there, or you get so much in there. Yeah, I don't even think it's a matter of getting stuff in there. The drawers, as you use them, the drawers just start sagging, and I hate them. I'm going to pull those out and take them upstairs and, you know, use them for storage upstairs. And I want a shelf over in that corner, and I could make a shelf for my dolls. And the other option is I have some wall space over to the right over here. It'd be hard to get to, though. And the other option is to take down my brother's, all of his pop can vehicles. But he told me I could. But I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like I should. Those are his creations, and I do appreciate him being there. So I'm not sure. The other option is to clean off some of my junk on the desk behind me and display them on my desk behind me. Riri says, I put the heaviest stuff in the bottom drawer. Well, what I have in the bottom drawer are I bought some of that, you know, when you go to Hobby Lobby on their clearance, their fabric clearance, if you look down on the bottom shelf, sometimes they have cardboards of trims. You know, sometimes it's tassels, sometimes it's braided trim, sometimes it's beaded trim, and sometimes I find some bargains. I had not lately, but that's what I have in that drawer, because they do get a little bit heavy. But those drawers sag, and I'm just not happy with those plastics. I want more stronger shelving, which will be a little more expensive, but at least it won't sag. Janet said, oh my goodness, what is the name of those popular little stuffed toys with the heart label? Oh, those little tie dolls. What are they called? T-Y? T-Y. What are they saying? Beanie Babies. Yeah, the tie Beanie Baby dolls. Yes. You have a ton of those in acrylic cases that they made to display them. Oh, Janet. Wow. Do you have them out on display, or are they in your room in storage? Cheryl says, no, they're the Beanie Baby. They're Ty Beanie Babies. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm like that. I can see what I want to say in my head. I'm a very visual person. I'm very visual. My thinking is visual. I can think of a face, but do you think I can put a name to that face? If I see somebody, I remember them by, by their, I hate to say it, I remember how they look, but I may never remember their name. I'm not a verbal person. You wouldn't know that tonight, but let's see. Janet said she would like some ice cream. Boy, that would be good. I did eat some yogurt. After I did the stream this morning, I was hungry, and I ate a Pop-Tart for breakfast. But then I was watching chat, and then we went into. I had trouble finding the room in Bibbsville today. And you know what they did? It used to be that I'd go bop into Facebook on my phone, and I'd see the room. If it was open, I'd see the join right there at the top of almost of the feed. Well, they moved it and they hid it under a tag called rooms. And I thought I looked in there tonight, and I thought I only saw create. But I looked again after I complained a couple times, and this might look good. And there it was there, so I went into that room, and I didn't need anything till after we went out of the room, because after it was all over, because I had some yogurt. Maybe not this one. Oh, I'm deciding here. What happened to those? Not those. I have those sequence ones. Are they over here? All right, let's start putting them up here. I throw stuff around. I look at them and then I toss them. I think these are the sequence ones. Let's get them out. So I kind of think I got the shape of the doll. I'm going to, of course, this is going to come down this way. And I'm going to cut a piece in here for the bodice, but this is going to come in. And that will all be hidden, but that will give that some strength. And I think these are flat sequence type things. Yeah. I think this is a bracelet. It looks like it's on a string. It might look good going like well, it could look good on the head. So I need a doll head. All right. I like this. I like it even more now. I might cut that. All right, let's just push all this away. I think I know where I'm going with this. I'm going to cut out a strip here, this wide. And this, again, is unpainted canvas. And this is real canvas that I got on a roll in Hobby Lobby. We'll just make it a little smaller. I was doing I think I got it for a journal. Alrighty. We don't need that much, but I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to triple this. And I should just maybe fold this under, so it'll have a nice little seam. It won't match, but I think I'll fold it under this way. All right, now let's cut this off here. So I know very little about the Indian from India culture. I know very little about them. Rosemary is the expert as far as our journals and our art roots concerned. I'm just doing what I think might work. All right, we don't need that anymore. This I just can't use that yet. I'm gonna go with this. And I want maybe about like that. And I think I'll just pile it together, because what I want to do is put it in here like this to make her dress. Well, that's what am I doing here? It's rolling up a little. Has to come down a little. I might have to trim this off a little. And I think some of this fabric I got from Annie V. She sent me some. And I thought it was really nice that she sent me some Indian like fabric. I forget what they call that. Sashiko stitch? Sashiko stitch? See, right like that. Now, this won't show so much, but it gives it a body. It's got a little bulk to it. And I think I appreciate, I was wanting that a little bit. Let's do this again. Yeah, I think that's good. And I think I'll just leave it like that. Now, what I want to do, let's move. Let's go back down to chat. Try to follow chat. Janet says, Mary Lou, good night. Good night, Mary Lou. Have a great weekend. We've been missing you in chat, Mary Lou. I told Ann, I said, I'm getting paranoid. I'm getting paranoid because I go to chat and you know, I don't see anybody there. Well, I see Becky and Ann and Nettie and Mary Lou and Violet, but I hear other people coming in and being there, and I'm going, they're never there when I'm there. Are they avoiding me? And I'm going, yes, I'm getting paranoid. I'm getting paranoid. I need some red or orange thread. Let's reach over here to my thread. Where did I put the thread? I had it out in that bag. Yes. You can call me paranoid. Here. Oh, and there is orange in here. And of course I'm lifting it by the bottom so it all falls out. And I thought I saw in here. See, look, I have some cool stuff that can go on there. Cool stuff. Here I'm pulling out, I just want the thread, I'm pulling out everything else. Oh, let's pull this, no, let's put it here. Put it down so you can, I go off on these little rabbit trails. I see something that's just like Mary. She sees something that interests her and she's off on it. All right, we want some of this kind of orangey thread. I thought I saw some in here. Gold. Gold. Orange. And I have the same problem Becky was talking about when in the nighttime you don't get the daylight. So it's a little bit harder to stitch. I need a bigger bag for this. This is what it came in. Yeah. But the eyes on the needles I have been using are fairly large. I don't even think this thread has been used. Oh, and you know what else, you guys? The other day when I was doing Dee Dee Willingham's chat weekly assignment in my stream the other day. And one of her assignment was to go through a magazine. And let me find a needle here. And go through and note things that interest you. And one of the things that interested me was letters on a spool. And I was saying, I don't have any spools. But you know what? I do have spools. I do have spools that, I'm going to use this one, I think. It's fairly thick. Maybe it'll go through. Yeah, I think it will. Pearl had a auction, a market, a sale. I think Pearl's sale is going on this week too. And, but I've already bought, I'll be buying more from Pearl, but I can't go tonight. But anyway, she has these spools for sale, and I bought 5 of them, and they're fairly like 3 or 4 inches high, and they're about 3 inches, and I thought that they'd be really neat to use for that project if I do it. I got inspired by it. Now, am I going to do it? I don't know. The first thing I'm going to do here is just stitch this closed. Like so. And I'm just going to take little stitches that probably will not look professional. Is Deb leaving? She says she has to go to bed. She'll be leaving for the evening. She has to finish watching tomorrow. That's perfectly okay, Deb. I understand. You have a good night. I hope you sleep well. Have a good weekend. And that goes for anybody who's here. I am going to cut this off at 11 o'clock in just about an hour, no matter where I am on this, because I just can't go till 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. I'm getting to be an old lady. Angie says I need my rest. All right, I'm going to try to bring this, let me zoom in just a little so you can see me stitching. Oh, I have to stand up. See, I have no business starting another doll, but I'm inspired. I'm inspired. I have no business starting one. But how can you look at this stuff and not say, Kaboodle Doll? Besides, Rosemary's over there doing, I'll bet she's working on, oh, I think she's having her stamp auction tonight, isn't she? I think that's what she's doing tonight. I think I saw that. And I don't mind because I've got all the stamps I need. If I don't have them, I'll carve them. And I'm just going to let this thread, let's see, I'm going to come back down underneath the inside fabric and come up here. And I think I'll do just like a little whip stitch type thing. But I want to hide this thread. The tail is right here. You probably can't see it very well. I'm going to hide it on the inside, right there. I'm going to make a little knot here. And hopefully this needle is, sometimes I pick the wrong needles. Yeah, I need to make a little knot. Get in there. Yeah. I notice this needle has a flat side to it. A very pronounced flat side to it. Like you would see on a sewing machine almost. But it is not a sewing machine needle. And I'll bet you if I'd look at the kit, they would tell me what it's for. It seems to be working. I want to make a knot here. Is that going to knot for me? Yeah, there we go. Now, I'm not too concerned that my stitching is ultra neat because this is an art doll and it's just for me. If I can quit pulling my needle out of my fabric. I just want to catch little whip stitches going up, and this will be the back of her dress. And I'm thinking about making her a bobby pin doll. I'm just thinking about it. A flat one. But if I the reason I would do that is if I want to put her in a journal. But I don't know if I put all those beads and everything on her that I want to put her in a journal. So I may not make her a bobby pin doll. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Del Obo. Oh, she said good night. I didn't see you in here, Del. Good night, Del Obo. And Amanda came in here. Did Amanda come in? Time out scraps with Amanda. She says, hey, hi, everyone. Oh, do you hear the train coming through? The noisy train? Yep, we still get the train. I think the stitching's going to be okay. Here, the thread's blending in pretty well. And you know, I got this thread. You have to be careful when you buy thread at the thrift store. Sometimes it's old and, you know, you're buying cheap thread or you don't know what you're getting. But this thread that I bought seems to be, I'm going to take that pin out. Seems to be pretty good threads. Some of it looks like it's expensive thread too. Some of that I go, I don't know if I would buy that. And, you know, some of that thread can be very expensive. The professional sewers use it. You know, they don't go to Walmart. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm just kind of stitching up this kind of boring work, but I'm trying to keep an eye on chat. Yep, there's the train. Hi, Patricia Handy. Welcome, welcome. Arlene says she's got to go to the Exacto. Okay, she says, I'm going to lurk the rest of the stream. You all be blessed. Yeah, Arlene comes in here early in the morning. She's one of my early birds. And boy, let me tell you, I appreciate all of you. But those early birds, I mean, I sign on at 4:30 in the morning and there's Arlene. And Mitzi. And who else was in there this morning? Kimberly is an early bird. Rhonda. They're early birds. And I'm not always an early bird. Usually when I'm early birds, I catch a nap during the day. I'm tired by 10:30. I'm not getting through that second piece of fabric there. I catch a nap 10:30, 11 o'clock. And when I'm really tired, my brother watches Price is Right around 10 o'clock. And when I'm really tired and he has that thing blaring loud and my thread is twisting. He has it blaring loud and they're yelling and jumping on that show. That's just the nature of the show. And when I'm really tired, I sleep right through it. I don't hear a thing. I woke up the other day and the house was quiet. And, you know, I thought, man, I usually hear him stirring around in there. And I getting kind of worried. I thought maybe I should get up and go check on him. And finally I did get up and go check. And he was gone. He went to the grocery store. It was 11 o'clock in the morning. He goes and gets the mail about that time. And he was out of milk, so I went to the grocery store. You love hearing the trains at night? Janet said she's in La La Land at that time. At 4:30 in the morning. Well, you know, I do enjoy my mornings in, Janet. I understand. Like on Monday mornings, I just cannot make it up for the chats anymore. I used to watch Dee all the time on Mondays. Can't do it. I did catch her a little, I think, one week here recently on a Monday. And I caught her a little this past Wednesday. I caught her in there just enough to hear I came in right at the right time. It was just serendipity, I guess, because she was talking about Society of Idea Collector. And I got my Society of Idea Collector all done this week. Ouch. This other pin here. Let me turn it the other way. So I'm going to work on this till 11 o'clock, and it doesn't matter where I'm at on it, I'll quit. Because, you know, I'm not getting any younger. Angie says I need to get my rest and go to bed. And I have enjoyed the hop all day today. We did it. It was a really good hop. I get so inspired by what everybody does. Janet working on that little hedgehog makes me want to go find my little Peppy the skunk. I don't know where I put him. He's here somewhere. I have an idea where he might be, but I have to pull some boxes out in front of it. See, that's it when you don't finish things. And Lisa said that one night. She was having a hard time deciding what she wanted to do, and I said, Lisa, just put it down and walk away from it for a while. And she says, if I do that, it'll never get done. And she has a point. Because sometimes I'll work on stuff like I'm working tonight, and I'll set it down, and you know, 3-4 weeks later, there it is in the same state it was when I set it down. All right, let's just hide the thread here. I'm putting it in between the front and back layer here a little, just kind of hiding it, and then I'll snip it off. I need just a little bit more. You know, I think I've used these scissors so much on paper and fussy cutting and in my art here that they're getting a little dull. It doesn't cut this thread, and that's pretty thin thread. I have the fan going, but man, I'm not feeling it. It must be aimed the wrong direction. And the front door is open, that's why you heard the train. Well, you hear the train anyway, but you hear it more. And I should have gotten out today and watered my plants, and I didn't get that done because I was making dodie dolls all day. Making dodie dolls all day. And Laura says, don't mention Dodie Doll to Mary anymore today. She'll go, ah! Yeah, little Peppy the skunk. You remember Peppy the skunk? You know what? Why I slowed down on him because I was stitching across his back. I was putting that white eyelash yarn. And that white eyelash yarn, to stitch it through fabric, is a trick. It does not like to go. You can get it up to the fabric, but drawing that eyelash yarn through fabric, you have to pull and tug, and sometimes I got my pliers out. And I just about have that white strip down his back. And I gave up on it. Well, I didn't give up on him. I set him aside. He's still aside. Just because I want that white strip of eyelash yarn down his back. You get tired. You get tired of doing that after a while. You know, you need a break and you set it down. And then me, I get so inspired by everything that's going on, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. And poor Peppy said, in the same way with Papa Pierre, he's sitting up there. He needs to be done. And what sent me off on him was I put that hair, his beard on him with glossy accent, and it worked except for right at his chin. It's a darker color. The glossy accent made it a darker color. And I need to find the rest of that hair and find a way to cover up the darker color. So there he sits up there. I think the story about Papa Pierre is that he was coming from England. He hasn't arrived in the States yet. We had a story about him. He was a gardener. He's he's really Penelope's friend, boyfriend, and we just know that he's a gardener over in England, is all I remember of the story. We were talking about him when I was doing him, when I was working on him. And Aunt Beck gave me a hat, and I painted that hat black. And, you know, he's almost done. It's just a few things I have to paint his face in. And just a few things that need to be done, but that beard threw me off for a loop. And Violet, you wouldn't want to see behind my chair. I don't think she's here anymore. She's probably gone off to bed, which is perfectly okay. I forgive her. Anybody that wants to go get some sleep is perfectly okay. It's getting late. What time is it? It's after 10. Angie says she's going to go to bed. Good night, Angie. Oops. Almost knotted that. I'm getting there. Well, at least we'll have the skirt part done. Yeah. And what I should do is take all of this that I have out, all I pulled out, and put it, because I won't get it done tonight. I know I won't get it done. But I should put it in a separate little packet, and I got one in mind out here, so that if I go to work on it again, I have everything I want. And I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that, so I won't have to get it all out again the next time I want to work on it. Other than my thread and scissors and stuff like that, I'll have to get out. And this is kind of slow work. You know, they aren't going to stitch themselves, but when you get done with them. Now tomorrow I'm going to finish up my little, I want to do all my dodie dolls. I do want to get those done, and I want to get the envelopes painted. So I'm going to try to work on those tomorrow, Saturday, as much as I can. I'll probably sleep in because I get tired after a full day of chats. I'll probably sleep in tomorrow, but I'll have tomorrow afternoon. I'm not doing anything. And I want to finish Arlene's. Arlene's gone now. She went to bed. So I can talk about, I want to finish her prayer pockets all done. I'm doing an envelope for her. And I want to put a couple of other things in there. And I want to get Arlene's envelope sent off to her. I think she sent me 3. And I'm still trying to get my 1 done to her. It's just horrible. I'm horrible, horrible person when it comes to getting that done. Brenda says, good night, Angie. All right. So I was going to put this on here. Now, should I put the whole thing on there? I think I might, because it just adds some bulk. And it seems kind of weird, but once you, I'm going to leave my needle out. Where's my green piece? Is that it? Yeah. Once you put this on here, this is such a thin material here, it's really kind of thin. And this just adds to the body of the piece. But I don't think I want this, I think I'll pull this up a little bit more. I don't want this white coming down past the green. So let's put that there. And it's almost folded in half. Yeah, I think folded in half might be a good solution. And that's just there kind of as an interfacing. I'm going to call it my interfacing. And we don't need this pin in here anymore. So I'm going to put this on here. And I'm just going to kind of baste it on there, because it doesn't have to be kind of a base stitch like this, only with my gold thread. I've got enough here. But can it go through all of these? That's the story. Oh yeah, it does. I kind of have to, I need a thimble to do it with, but I'm just going to kind of baste it across. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be on the inside. And I'll probably be doing some post-processed doll videos too, because I want to get this stuff, yeah, I want to get them done. I really do want to get them done. I want to get this one done. I want to do Kaboodle dolls. Okay, should I come down a little maybe? Yeah, I think I will. Just a couple stitches down to help it stay in place. Use up my thread. This is all going to be on the inside, so I'm not too worried about it. Maybe one more. And let's go across. And I'm just kind of tacking them together just to add some body to the doll, even though she's a flat doll. Let me check chat here. Okay. Lovely Tanya. Tanya and Lisa are work-aheaders. I mean, their teachers must have loved them in school. Tanya was saying, Mary, could you give me the themes for October, November, and December so I can get them done? All right, I'll have to think about them. Yeah, I will. I don't know if she's listening here, but she sent me a message, wants to know the themes for the rest of the year. I'm typically not anybody that does something like that. I work so spontaneously, just like tonight. I should be finishing up my Kaboodle dolls. What am I doing? I'm making a Kaboodle, I mean, not a Kaboodle. I should be finishing up my dodie dolls. I'm making a Kaboodle doll. I just, that's how I wrote. That's how I work. Now I'm thinking that what I want to do is kind of gather this here and just make a little thing on her, because this sticks out way out there. And I could honestly take and stitch this in here. I'll have to pin it. And I might have, oh, I know, I guess I don't even mind that showing. And this has got a little tear there, but I don't even mind that either. And the V, to get this piece even with the V, it's more narrow here than it is there. And I think I'm just going to leave it that way. It's an art doll. It's not supposed to be perfect. So what I think I'm going to do is pin. I had some pins out. No, I put them back in their body. Let's pin this down. And her face, I don't think I'll work on her face tonight. I have to come up with a good way to do her head. And you see this V-neck ends right here. I can't push this up anymore. So it's kind of flat here, and then this bulks out in here. But I'm thinking if I put a necklace or something, let's grab this. If I put a necklace here, that fly. If I put something like that in there, and this is, of course, a beaded string, I'll have to figure out how I can do that. Maybe just stitch it on there. That will fill up that bulk in there. And I think I'll just stitch this down right in here and right here, And I'll probably put arms in there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do her arms. But I like how how it flows here. And I don't even mind it coming up. I could put I'm thinking gathering it there and maybe put in a flower or a big button or something there. And then we'll have to deal with her feet. And I was thinking this, but this comes down. I don't know if I want to put that on there anymore. It looked okay when it was just, I could put it down here. And then of course I've got this, I've got more than I need. I've got this. And this I'm going to save for something else. It'll probably, maybe it'll go in my, this I'm going to keep out. This I'm not sure about. Look at this. What do I have here? I thought I had some, this is pink. Feathery thread. Do I want pink? It kind of goes. But the lighting in here is bad. I thought I had some gold. Here's some, yeah. I'm going to have to look through this stuff again. I might keep that one out. We'll put this back in my barrel. If I can find my barrel. I'll look at that stuff tomorrow in the daylight. Sometimes the lighting in here fools me. I think I have gold and it turns out pink. And I have these beads. So I don't want to load her down with too many beads. But I would like to use Aunt Beck's love beads on her. And I got this metal piece. This metal piece could really go up on her head. Because I think I can fold that. I think I can bend it. I don't know. Or they could go down here on her feet too, her shoes. I'll have to think about that. So I think I'll rule that one out. Here's some black cording. That might come in handy. So I'm choosing again here. Seam binding. This is pretty. What was I going to use this for? I don't think that's going to... That can go back in the bag. This is pretty, but I don't know if I don't want to get too much on here. Let's flip it over. Because see, I could do something on the back. Maybe with something like this. Use this whole thing on the back. Maybe shape it up a little. Or just leave it flat too. Let's do that. Let's put this on the back. Let's pin it there. I might just stitch it there. Because it almost fits. Let's pin it. She's going to be a doll, so she's kind of building up some bulk. I don't think she'll be a journal doll. Now I got it pinned all right, don't I? It's really going through all the layers. Now I'm going to have to just pin part of it. I like it there. And if I put beads on the front, if the beads on the front, some of these beads will come into the back. So we're going to keep that out. We're going to keep the black cording out. Ah, I just have too much. Now, they typically have black hair, the Indians from India, the ladies. And wouldn't it be nice if I could somehow make hair out of this with the florals in it? And I'm not sure, or if I had black, I could put this on there. But it needs to be longer. Because they have long. So I might have to decide about that. I need some black fabric I'll have to go looking for. And this is pretty, but I don't think that's going to find a home because I think this is, I might have to put some trims on here. We'll save that out up here. And we've got these flat sequin type things. I want to use those. Probably, well, I know I want one on her forehead. They wear these. They wear these. I'm going to have to look at some pictures, but this just looks typically Indian from India to me. These flat sequin type. And, yeah. It would have to be on something dark where it would show up. So I like that. Here's some more green. Pretty green. But I'm not sure this is the place for it. Alright, so I'm going to keep those out. These are going to go back in my fabric. This is going to go back in my jewel. How about this? Mary's thinking, do I want to use this somehow? I really do like it. Let's pull it off of the... Don't get rough with it, Mary. You might want that tag for something. There's my scissors. Oh, I got out of chat. I'm not even seeing you guys. Hold on. Let me get back in here. I went to read Tanya's message. And let's refresh my screen. They said goodnight to Angie. Yeah, it gets this late at night. People want to go to bed. I get it. I understand. That's okay. I'm getting tired too, to tell you the truth. But we're going till 11. I got a few more minutes to play with this doll. Let's take this off. I kind of like this. I can kind of see something like this on her. I kind of like it. And I like the bangle. Oh, this isn't, I got two of these. I got two of them. Oh, well that's cool. I see them, something like this on their arms, you know, as a bracelet. I don't know if I can make a bracelet. So we have to think about her arms and her head. I'm going to put this stuff away. Put this in my fabric pile and put the beads in the bead box. And, oh, I got these too. This could, she needs some more trim. I'm going to keep that trims out. I got these little pieces that will probably go... Rosemary sent this in one of the caboodles. Was it the Santos doll caboodle? She did a caboodle where she sent all this beautiful fabrics. Oh, and this is the little baby doll that I got from... Annie V sent this to me. And I've never done anything with it. She sent me a man, too. Sent me a little baby porcelain doll. And I haven't done anything with that. I've been treasuring it. I keep it with my fabric to keep it nice and soft. That's pretty. We'll keep that out. Oh, look at all this I got. Do I want anything in this? I think that's Christmas. We're going to put that in the beading box. We can save the blank. That out. No, we're going to put those away. See, I get this stuff out thinking, oh, now this would be nice. Well, that's a maybe. See, some of this just speaks to me, but I can't put everything on her. Your poor lady would be so loaded down with jewels that she couldn't walk. And I think that's too thick. So we're going to put those back in the beads. We'll keep these out for possible maybe somewhere along the line. Clear my desk off a little. There's another one. And that's an empty bag. All right. I like where I'm getting this here. Maybe she needs that trim down in there. Some sort of trim. Even a beaded thing piece down in there would be pretty. And she needs what? Sandals on her feet? She needs some little feet there. We can tuck them in. We'll tuck them in. I think I have room to tuck in some feet. And she needs some hands. I'm not sure how I'm going to do her hands. This is their back. This isn't her front. This is the back. This is the front. Oh, now her front doesn't look the same. I kind of like the back. We might have to use one of these little pieces on the front. One of these smaller pieces. Oh, I have to rethink this. I could snip off something off of this. Or maybe this, I have to rethink. Cut it heart-shaped, maybe. I kind of like the polka dot. Make a heart. I'm going to keep this out now because I haven't decided what I want to do. That's pretty. That's the other side. I kind of like that. And just kind of make a heart. Maybe make the heart this way. Get the most of the red out of it. I think this is too thin. Too narrow. I kind of like that, but it's not. No, I'd go for this. And this is too small. All right. I decided. Let me put this stuff away. Put this back in my beads box. Put those back in the beads. And back in the beads. In the fabric. Okay. But if I have, if I have beads coming down, kind of like it like that. All right, we're going to save that out. So my next thing that I'm going to do on her is stitch these pieces together. Hi, Deborah Adams. Welcome, welcome. She says she'll be lurking. That's perfectly okay, Deborah. I got it this way. Do I want it that way or do I want it this way? Or this way? Actually, I kind of like the swoop down here, and this looks more like the skirt. I'm going to leave it this way. So let's pin it back on there. Now I could be more fancy about this and shape this up, but I just kind of like it as rectangles. And a long skirt, maybe like she's putting layers on. Yeah, this definitely needs to go up in here. And I don't know if I want it as a rectangle. But if I cut it, I'll cut the stitching, which is already cut. But I don't know if I want to cut that. I'm going to cut this. Here goes. I'm going to make a heart. I'll close my eyes and cut it. Maybe I should fold it the other way to see what I'm doing. I hate to cut those stitches. But they're going to get cut one way or the other. Mary, you're cutting it. I'm cutting it. I want a heart. I want a heart. Now, Janet, if you need to go to bed, or anyone need you... Oh, Janet left. Good. I was going to tell her she needed to go to bed. She should go to bed. Oh, I like that. I like that. We're going to put that there, and we'll have beads running across here. This is kind of flat here, but we'll fill that in with beads. Find something to put up here on her shoulder. Some type of a jewel or something. So all I'm missing is her head, and probably build that up with some bulk like I did underneath with canvas. So I'll have to work on her head yet. So, oh, I'm getting tired. So let's work on her body. I'm going to stitch. I'm just going to stitch with green thread down the side here first. Right in here. And I'm going to stitch hopefully through all of these layers. I think my needle is sharp enough. Let's see if I, yeah. And I'm just going to do the same type of, I probably won't do it as neat as they did, sashiko stitch. Now, do I want to use green? Or maybe I want to use a pretty yellow or gold so it'll show up. Or red. I don't know if I have a thicker colored thread though. I have a thicker white thread. I might. Hold on. I might. Let me turn around and look behind my world here. I thought I saw some threads out here. Ah, I do. I have some red crochet thread. That'll look nice on there. And do those sashiko stitches like this and run them up here on each side. I don't know about in the middle. We'll start on each side. We're going to try it. We'll see how it works. Can I get this thread through the eye of that needle, though? That's the next question. So I'll probably be working on dolls for a while till I get them done. I'll be working on them this weekend for sure. Oh, that went through pretty good. All right. So I'm going to bring it underneath this canvas here, right in there, and bring it in, maybe not clear in. I'm going to leave it off of the green for right now, and I'm going to make a knot first in here. Hold on to that, and we'll just, I need a different surface on this. I'll probably poke a hole through my paper. We'll knot it once. Now, I'm going to continue on, hopefully, right in here maybe. And this is where, do I want it to match those? No, I think I just want to make my own world here. Right there. And keep in mind that I'm stitching while I'm online, and the lighting's not really the best in here, so it isn't going to be an expert's stitching job here, but we'll give it a try. And I'm just going to do a poke and pull stitch here, because this is got to go through all of these layers. And I need to keep my stitches relatively straight. So I'm kind of guessing of where to put that needle next. And that's the game. maybe if I take a pin, and this is why you baste, but this is kind of a basting stitch. But I'm just going to take a pin and put it through my fabric here just to kind of guide me of where to put this thread back down through. Now that's awfully close, but it's not that close over. Well, yeah, it is close. So, all right, we can live with that. Because we can take this tail. No, ignore that tail remark. So now what I want to do is where I put my pin, I don't know if you can see it, I'm going to put my needle as close to that pin and come out as close to the pin over here as I can, just to keep my stitches straight as I can. And I don't know if that's a good way to do it, but it seems to work for me here. It's a slow way, it's slow stitching. I know they sell stencils for sashiko stitching, and you go up, you mark it with a stencil, and you go up and down using a stencil, but I'm not going to invest in that. So I'm going to put in another stitch in here and hope that it gets, I don't care how it looks on the back as much as I do on the front. And let's pull it through. I can always pull it out if I don't like it. And always, it's just thread. It's a little crooked there, but theirs isn't perfect here either, so. All right, and the same thing here. I'm going to use this needle to help mark my way here. And that's, seems like that's awfully far away. Let's see where I'm at. Let's go right down in there. That's way up there. I don't want to be way up there. I want to be down here. They're going to be smaller stitches on the back. That's the thing. The back has these little small stitches. The front has the wider stitches. I'm learning. So this kind of is marking my way as I go back up. I think. That's my reasoning. I think it's helping me find my way. And I'm pretty close to it. It won't be perfect because I'm not perfect. I don't do this on a regular basis. And I'll go another 1/4 inch down. Is that pretty straight? That just doesn't seem right to me. It seems like it should be closer. I'm gonna pull that one out. Well, they're pretty far away here, but that's further away than this one. I need this space in here to be about the same. I'm going to pull that stitch out. This won't be hard to do if I can find it. It's right here, I believe. Let's pull it out that way. I'm going to quit at 11. You'll see me struggle with this until 11. But I think I got the good bones of a India doll here. India from India. Indian from India doll. I have to find something for her hair. And I think I know what I'm going to use for her scarf. Let me set this down for a minute. I think I can get to it here. I want to show it to you. But I have to go across the room. And, oh, it's right here on top. Yay. look at, I got this. See, I bought this at the thrift store last week, not knowing what am I ever going to use this for. Look at this. Won't this make a pretty scarf? That could almost go around her head, too, and enhance her hair. And it's sheer. So, yep, this is going to go in there in my India doll packet. See, you get inspired, and you're not even trying. You're not even trying. You know, I was at the thrift store. I thought that was pretty neat. I had no idea what I was going to use it for. Let's see, I want to come closer here. Right in there. And how far away is that from my... Right in there. That's what I should be doing, marking it on this side and going through. All right, I got it. So I want to go right through in here. It's hard to see what I'm doing because of all the layers and flip-flopping around and everything, but where's my needle? What I'm trying to do is make these stitches as straight and as close together as I need them to be, rather than too far apart. Get that in there. Ouch. Come on, get in there. It has to go through that brocade. And so I'm kind of... Probably need to get my pliers out. There it goes. Pull that needle out. Yeah. It's better. It's not perfect. But it's better. I can live with it. Alright, one more. Right in here. Is that going to be fairly straight? Let's see what I'm doing. I can see why they use a stencil, because you're working awfully hard to get those stitches even as possible. And it's a talent. I can see why it's a special stitch. It's a talent. It's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know if you guys can see it, these red stitches here. I see them pretty good. But I'm having to use my pen here as a guide to help me find my way. And I poke it through. I want these spaces between the stitches to be as even spaced as possible. So I'm using my needle to poke down through, kind of eyeballing it, and then I'll turn it over, and then I'll put this needle back through where that pin comes out there. And it'll be pretty close. It won't be perfect, but it will be pretty close to that pin. And since I don't have yards and yards, I just have maybe 4 inches, maybe even less than 4 inches, 3 inches to do. I can do it slow like this. I'm liking it. I'm happy camper. That's all that counts. That's all that counts. Mary's happy. Is Rhonda here? Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Judy Hedges. Hi, let's see, Deborah's here. Janet went to bed. Janet was tired. It's almost, it's almost 12 o'clock over on the East Coast. I'm going to leave at 11 o'clock tonight because I've had a long day too. Judy's here. Hi, Judy. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's Erin. Hi, Erin. I forgot. Yeah, you're Erin. Welcome, Erin. Judy says, hi, Mom Rhonda. Aw. Hi, Laura Vasquez. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you. All right. So I want my needle to go back down into here. You guys probably can't see the pin. I can hardly see it. But it's here, and I'm putting my needle right where that pin is. And I want to just kind of work it up through the front here if I can. And it's coming out, well, just very, very close to the pin. Uh-oh, what did I do? What did I do? I guess I better take that out. Okay. Oh, it's getting late. I wanted to go down through there. I didn't want to come up through it. Hold on. I stopped to chat with you guys and I got mixed up. It's Mary. She went off on a rabbit trail. If I get these two red pieces in here tonight, I'll be a happy camper. And I really do like what I picked out for this. I'll lay it out again tonight before I leave. I'll put it together. I have to decide what I want her head to be, though. I haven't decided about her head. I'd kind of like to make her head out of porcelain or something, but I don't have any porcelain, and I don't think. Oh, Play-Doh. We were going to look at that. I'm off on I'm off on a rabbit trail. This is white Play-Doh button that I did the other night. I think this will be good for a button. It's dry. Well, it's a little spongy. But yeah, I don't know if I want to make a face out of this though. I might try it just for the fun of it. I'd hate to see it crack. But this is part of Blast My Stash stuff. I need to use up this Play-Doh that I got at the dollar store. I got 6 buckets of it, and it's really pretty good yet. It's nice and pliable. Those containers are airtight. All right, now I need to get back to my stitching. Right about in there. That's where it's going to go through. Oh, and there's my friend the fly. I haven't killed him yet. Is that going to work? Yeah, I think. Is that going to be straight enough? No, I think I'm over too far. See, I should mark this line. I really should mark it with a thread or something, because I'm guessing on what's a straight line here. It's hard for me to see. I think that's good. All right. I think I'm out of the heavy part, the brocade part. This brocade in here was making it hard to stitch. All right. Now I need my needle again. And I'm going to put this right in here. Is that good enough? Maybe a little closer right there. And then I'll take my needle and put right where my pin is and come up. That seems to work good for me. It's not perfect, but it is as close as I'm going to get tonight. And let's go back down in here. For those of you who just came in, I'm making a Kaboodle Doll for the India. Rosemary Morris is doing an India, from the country India, Silk Road, August Caboodle, and I'm going to make a Kaboodle Doll. And I might just make Kaboodle Dolls for all the caboodles that I bought so far. I'm not sure, but we'll start with this one. We'll start with this one and see. Now that flower's in the way. And that's a little short stitch. That's a shorter stitch than I want. Do I want to change that? I think I do. I'm going to unthread my needle again. Mary, you've only taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. And you're pulling out the 5th one. All this talking, I've only done 5 stitches. Yeah, my friend the fly. He's flying around here. And I'll tell you, sometimes when I'm sitting out in my recliner, and after the TV goes off, and it's pretty dark in the other room there, and I'm looking at videos or something on my phone, and that fly, he's the bravest fly I've ever seen. He'll land right on my cell phone. It's just like he's pestering me. Just like he wants to pester me. Ouch. That can prick you there. And he'll, you know, and I shoo him away, and pretty soon he's back again. And it isn't like I have any food nearby. He's just pestering me. Why do flies do that? Do they know that, you know, that they irritate us and think it's funny? Ouch, what is causing that? Is there something sticking up there? That's my needle, but there's something else. I don't have, oh yeah, I do have another pin right here. Watch it, Mary. You're hurting yourself. I got another pin there, and I keep poking myself with that pin. And I keep telling that fly, I tell him, I say, I'm going to kill you. That fly, I say, I'm going to get out the fly swatter, and you're going to be a dead fly pretty soon. And he disappears. I think he understands me. Can flies understand when you're after them? Like, oh, I'm in danger. I better lay low for a while. Oh, I gotta pull that out. It's sticking me. Or push it under a little or something. I think he knows. I think a fly sense when they're in danger. I notice that too when out in the kitchen if we get out the fly swatter. Of course, once you swat them a couple times, they know they're in danger, but they know when you're after them. I'll put it right there. That seems a little far away. Right there. Is that going to be good? Maybe a little closer. Come a little closer. I'm talking to the thread. All right. So I want to go back down right here. Right there. That's a lot of layers it's trying to go through. It's pretty good. Rosemary will come in here. Mary, what are you doing? What is that? It's going to be a Kaboodle Doll. All right. Now, I have to make a decision. Am I going to stop in here, or do I want to go clear up to the top? I am going to put these beads across here, so I don't think it will matter too much. My heart wants to go clear up to the top. Laura says, I found a praying mantis today, and I brought it home and put it in the garden. Oh, well, look at that. Hi, Lynette Porter. Welcome, welcome. She says, it's late for me. Lynette says, it's late, but I'm still up. Deborah said that she heard that Irish Spring soap helps. Keep the flies away? Let's see, Rhonda says, well, nothing like working on something, and in the end, you don't like it, so you might as well do it right the first time. That is so true. If you have a stitch that's crooked or something, now mine are crooked, but they're not crooked to the point that they bother me. But let's just say that I really went off on a stitch here, maybe about 1/4 of an inch, and just didn't, you know, and let's say that when I did it, I thought, oh, I'm just going to go on. And so let's say I was up here, and I looked back, and that stitch that was 1/4 of an inch off really bothered me. If I left it, it would bother me forever. You might as well check it every now and then. I do check every now and then. see if you can live with what you did. And if you can, you know, keep going. But if you see something like a stitch that's not where it should be, pull out the other stitches and keep going. All right, I think I'm going to stitch this clear to the, almost to the top here, right up to there, because it's maybe about a 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. I'll make it 3/4 of an inch from the top, and then I'll work it through and come back down this way. And you know what? I got 6 minutes until 11 o'clock. Where did those 20 minutes go to? Where did those 20 minutes go to? I'm quitting at 11, so I might as well. Yeah, I'm going to leave this out on my desk for tonight because I'm going to work on this. I'm going to bed now because I am tired. But tomorrow I'll work on this, and I'll work on my, I'll take my dolls that are not finished here. I got one here. Penelope's holding on to one, and there's another one. There's another one that's not finished. Maybe I put it up here. But I can't stay up all night anymore. I'm just, here it is. I'll work on these out in the, tomorrow morning when I get up. I'll finish my dolls. And then I'll come in here and work on this. So I really want to thank everybody for hopping tonight and for the streaming with us. And yeah, I think she's going to make a beautiful doll. Now this shoulder's a little higher, but I'm going to put a pin up there. I might even fold this under a little, and we'll fix that. We'll put a pin or something up there. Rhonda says, have a great night, Mary, and I pray you have a wonderful day tomorrow. I'll see you Sunday. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much. And yeah. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll be back Sunday night at 6 o'clock. I know not Rhonda. I'm looking at Rhonda on the stream. Beth Schuler streams tomorrow night around, I think she starts around 6 o'clock Eastern. But don't quote me because I get those times mixed up sometimes. So, take care of your world out there. Take care of yourselves if you're not feeling well, and take care of your world. Water your plants. Hug your kids and your family. Tell them you love them. Thank you, Darla. And thank you, Darla, for the beautiful fabric that you sent me. And the red t-shirt fabric. All right. Good night, everybody.